complaints that are monetary complaints that will draw a fine of at least $100,000?
Well, and that was an agreement. That was an agreement instead of going to court that the parties agreed upon. She had her job back. The other person was fired. You have to look at things in terms of damages and so forth, and what action a company has taken to try to rectify a situation. Not everything results in, when we see on the news these big, you know, $100 million, you know, types of awards. I always try to caution people, and we also try to make sure that we are not lawyers for either party. What we try to do is we have attorneys who are there for the commission and try to advise what was in the best interest, hopefully. Fairness, exactly. And what's fair in one situation may not be fair in another. So we always, you know, try to get people to look at what their own circumstance and what their own goal is. Some people have accepted, for instance, that in a case that involved a handicapped individual, instead of the person giving him money, he wanted money donated to an agency that trained seeing eye dogs. And that was reward enough for him. So that was his reward. Exactly.
Okay, we've got about 54 seconds.
Sure.
Let's have you to make some final statements in reference to that within the last 50 seconds.
Well, thank you. I'd just like to close with that the whole purpose and the reason that the Tennessee Human Rights Commission was ever enacted came out of the federal 1964 Civil Rights Act. And that was to allow people an opportunity to have their issues and complaints heard on a state level and to seek relief and so forth. Racism is still there. Many times people don't like to think that it is, but it's there. It's growing, especially in the areas of housing as our population becomes more diverse. And there are ways in which we continue to need to educate and eradicate
And very good. And of course, Ms. Gooden, we apologize for having to call an end to this, but let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.